Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Feedback.
All right, and take us along with you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host.
Thabiti Mpinda, and we welcome you to the program.
Absolutely. Oh, things are getting more and more exciting each day. I'm glad to be back in the Motor City with you. And just want to let you know that the Vice President of these United States, Kamala Harris, is coming to Motown. She's expected to be here on Wednesday. And I'm also told that she will be with UAW members. So if you want to be there, they won't announce the location until the last minute. And of course, you know that's for security reasons. But the day is Wednesday. The date is the what is the 7th? 5, 6, 7, Wednesday the 7th of August. Now, you also know that tomorrow is Election Day. And on Election Day, we want to have a large turnout, extra large turnout. We want to have a large turnout to show our support. We want to support Kamala Harris. We want to support this community. We have some very good qualified people campaigning. We have Hill Harper, who is campaigning for a U.S. Senate, very important seat. We have a lady by the name of Joan Merriweather, officer who is a black woman and helicopter pilot. She is a helicopter pilot, the first black woman in the United States, helicopter pilot. And she's campaigning for the sheriff of the county, Joan Merriweather. You know, Attorney Scruggs, we just have so much going on around here, so much positive. And I'm really glad when I hear people have come to stand up at the plate because they care about this community we live in. And they want to help to fashion the policies and the laws to make life better for us. Anyway, democracy is on the ballot. Reverend Otis Morse III spoke to the issue. Democracy is on the ballot. We talk about choosing freedom. We talk about choosing freedom. We also talk about saving democracy. And Reverend Otis Morse III speaks to that issue. And we want you to hear what he has to say. Democracy is on the ballot.
And let me add that since tomorrow's the primary, be aware of what a primary is. What it does is it whittles down more or less the candidates from each respective party, because there's different people running for different offices within their party. And part of the process is that you're voting either, and I want Theo correct me if I'm wrong on this, you're either voting Democrat or Republican. I don't know, I don't want to call it a straight ticket because I'm not sure if that's the terminology. But what we're doing, let's say for instance for U.S. Senator, what they're doing is there's a number of Democrats running for that office. What the primary does is it narrows down the candidates 2-1. And then in the general election, that candidate will run against the other parties, independent, Republican, Green Party, you name it. So the primary is critically important. If you have a candidate that you want to support, you want to be able to get them to the race in November, because if you don't do that now, they won't be around in November. So take this very seriously, because it's a very serious thing. We want to be able to get our candidates in choice. So if you haven't pre-voted, get your absentee ballot together and take care of your business. Voting is more than a privilege, it's a responsibility. You're an American citizen, even though we're not getting treated with the same rights as we should. We're still wrestling with second-class citizenship, but you do have that right as a citizen to vote. And it's very important for your voice to be heard. No one can hear you in your living room talking to your neighbor about politics. You have to get to the polls. As I say, get your souls to the polls and vote.
Absolutely. You know, the choice is the Democratic candidates, and you choose among the Democratic candidates only. Or if you want to vote for the Republicans, you choose the Republicans only. You cannot mix and match. You cannot mix and match in this primary election. It's one or the other. There is something about getting across the road.
Here we go.
What
Okay.
What was that?
Theo,
Yes.
why was the chicken afraid to cross the road?
No, he thought he might become chicken soup.
No, the chicken was afraid to cross the road because he was afraid he would have to debate with Kamala Harris.
And we know who the chicken is.
Even within his own party, they are very scared. I've been seeing things on various social media, and of course they tried to change the venue, which had already been pre-scheduled for ABC. They're trying to change it to Fox because he feels it'll be more compatible to his ideology. And Kamala has already said there was already a September debate scheduled for ABC, and I'm holding on to that to see if this coward, this chicken, will back out, which he can't handle her. Just being a prosecutor, her whole background is about talking, about adversarial dialogue with the defending attorney. So she's well equipped, more than equipped to handle him, and he's not equipped at all. Now, they did say, I just want to interject this real quick, that when he was at the National Association of Black Journalists, he wasn't trying to win black votes as people thought. He was just trying to let his base know, these black folks ain't got nothing for me. I'm going to hold my ground and say what I got to say. So we're going to, not only August 6th, but particularly in November, we're going to let them know, you know, going back down to your golf course and, you know, with that handicap of 21 or whatever they say in golf, and just golf, because you ain't good for nothing else. Good for a laugh, though. He's good for a laugh.
Right. The chicken didn't want to cross the street because he didn't want to debate Kamala Harris. All right now. I like that. I like that. And you know, when he going back to Georgia, he's got to go to court, right? Isn't that case still going on?
Yeah.
That case hasn't been
They've got some things where they're still trying to go after Fannie. Can't think of her last name. Willis, I believe. You know, trying to kind of get the venue, if not shifted, if delayed until after November. But I'm hoping that they can stand their ground, as they say, and to say, no, boy, you get to come on down here and sit in the hot seat.
That's where he should be. But you know, I basically was disappointed that the NABJ, which stands for National Association of Black Journalists, wanted to invite him to come and interview. Out of all the people who are campaigning for office, the reason he went, in my opinion, is because he had fallen out of the media, and he loves media attention.
Yep.
So I guess then my question is, did they invite him, or did he pay them to have him come? And all he did was insult everybody there. But he got media attention.
Rachel Scott put it on him when she asked him those questions. I applaud that sister. She really laid into him. And if he wanted, in some respect, although I saw a rally last night on one of the networks, actually it was the news, he may have been in Tennessee, let's just say, where he's always got a position behind him, black people. And I'm thinking even after the National Association of Black Journalists platform that he was on, you still got these knuckleheads behind him who they just beholden to him. But then, you know, that's all right too. There were Jews who supported Hitler.
Whoa.
Yeah, there were.
They pay. He paid or pays those who stand behind him at his rallies, and I guess it's been a couple of years ago now, when there was another talk show, and there were these two girls going around the country, and they called themselves Diamond and Silk or Satin.
Yep, Silk.
Satin, Diamond, and Silk. And two young black ladies, you know, nice looking, all of that. And they were raving about Donald Trump. So when they were on this talk show, the guy asked them if they were getting paid. So they admitted they were getting paid, and the amount was $1,500. So the question at that point was, is it a piece or is it the split?
Sound like a Judas move, a few pieces of silver.
Yes. And they never answered that question, which leads you to think that they had to split $1,500.
What's interesting is one of them passed away as well, and when 45 Agent Orange went to the funeral, he spoke one sentence about her and about 30 sentences about himself.
Oh.
I saw the clips of the interview or the program, and it was mainly him. Oh, those devilish Democrats, blah blah, this and that. So it's sad that we lost so and so. I'm not sure which of the two passed away. But then for him to just go on and on, which he does all the time. Nobody's surprised about that.
But at a funeral?
Well, yeah, but we know his character. If he did something that had some heartfeltness in it, we'd be shocked.
Yeah, right. That is so true. Yes. But tomorrow is election day. If you have an absentee ballot, don't mail it. Have someone to drop it at the clerk's office, which is on West Grand Boulevard, diagonally across from the Fisher Building. That's one of the largest landmarks in the city. City clerk's office, you'll be able to tell because they have employees that will be standing outside, and you don't even have to park, get out of your car and go in. They have employees who will come to your car and handle your ballot to make sure that it gets inside the clerk's office. You also may want to call for some reason, and if you do, the telephone number for the Detroit City Clerk's office is as follows: 313-876-0190. Again, the City Clerk, Janice Winfrey's office number is 313-876-0190. If you have an issue, call her. My understanding now is the state clerk has developed a system where your ballot is tracked from the time it leaves the clerk's office, goes through the mail, gets to you, and you return it. They should be able to follow it and tell you exactly where it is. If you have any issues, call that number.
Got a question for you, Theo. Now, you told them that they can drop it off at the clerk's office. Now, what about the drop box in the various locations in Detroit? Are those still good for absentee ballots, or are they not?
Yes, if they're still sitting there, yes, they're still good. And I do know that the 3 campuses of Wayne County Community College had the boxes, and the West Side Wayne County Community College is at 8200 West Outer Drive. It's on the corner of Outer Drive and the Southfield Freeway. Wayne County Community College is on the corner of Outer Drive and the Southfield Freeway. The next location is on the east side of the city. And as you go east on I-94 freeway, you would exit on Connor. Bear to the right, and you will come to the East Campus. You bear to the right. The other way leads you to the airport. But you bear to the right as you exit on Connor off I-94. And the last Wayne County Community College inside the city of Detroit is downtown on Fort Street. F-O-R-T, Fort Street. And the address is 1001 West Fort Street.
Now, I've got another question, Theo, that could be helpful to the electorate. Could you tell us if, okay, let me see how to express this. If tomorrow when they vote, they must go to their polling location. They can't go to any one of the 3 campuses. Is that correct?
That's correct. But wait, I want to add this before I finish telling you that. If you're on the larger freeway, exit on Howard Street. If you're on the larger freeway going towards downtown, exit on Howard. When you come up, make a right on Fort. Okay, now.
We may have a caller here.
Oh.
We're working with a new system, so everybody work with us.
Yeah. Okay, how they doing?
Hello, caller, you're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
RadioICanSee.com on my laptop.
Oh, yes. Radio I Can See.
Happy Monday.
Thank you. Happy Monday to you.
Tabindi, thank you so much for putting it on Facebook that Sunday was the last day for early voting, so now you must go to your polls.
And it's Radio We Can See. Radio We Can See on your laptop. Put that on your Facebook.
On my laptop.
All right.
Guys are coming in clearly. Hallelujah.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for calling. And,
all right, you guys have a great day.
Okay.
And everybody do what you know you need to do.
I know that's right.
Let's get it done.
Oh, yes. In big numbers.
Show up and show out.
Hey, I know that's right. Let them know that you are in the house.
Good.
And also know, and you can vote straight Democratic, by the way, or straight, the other ticket. But you must.
All right, I'll call you guys if something come up that before you leave that the public needs to know.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The numbers, I'm sorry, are important. The numbers are very important. We don't want to have a low voter turnout. We also want you to know that the presidential candidates, Chicken Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris, will only be on the ballot in November. There were people who were concerned, what are we going to do? If I have my ballot coming and Joe Biden was on my ballot. He's not going to be on the ballot. Even if he had not stepped out of the race, he would not have been on your ballot. That is only in November. This November. We're into August now. September, October, November. That's why the days are being counted down. And Kamala Harris is running proud, and she's going to be in Detroit Wednesday. Yes?
I've got a follow-up question. Now, when you said vote straight Democrat,
Okay.
that's only in November, correct?
No. Tomorrow, you can.
Now, the
You can.
reason I ask that is because there's two candidates running for the Democratic office for U.S. Senator. So if you vote straight Democratic, that doesn't eliminate one or the other.
No, it would not. You have to vote.
Individually?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want the people to be aware of, that they have to select,
Right.
even if because you got to go either all Democrat or all Republican.
That's
but,
correct.
But you have to select within those different candidates to isolate and bring them down to the one for November.
That category, that's correct. And the United States Senate, Hill Harper is running for United States Senate, a black man. You know, it's interesting in our community how so many people talk about supporting their own, and then they turn around and do something strange, like a prayer breakfast with all black preachers going in another direction. Really strange.
Now, you know what's interesting also, and I hope that the TV ads will reveal this over time, although tomorrow is the critical date. But as we know, Hill Harper was a graduate of Harvard University Law School, the same. As a matter of fact, I believe he was in the graduating class with Barack Obama. So I say that only because a lot of people will go for who's been running around with who, but they won't go with credentials.
Right.
So be an informed electorate.
Right.
Make sure that you know not the superficial stuff that the TV ads will give you, but you know the nitty gritty of who has been. I'll use Barack Obama as an example again. He was a community organizer. He did a lot of things after he graduated from Harvard Law School, which made him more than qualified as he moved into the position of senator before he ran for the presidency.
That's
I'm
right.
saying that we want people who have some grassroots experience, who knows what it's like to be in the community, who sees the community, not someone who rides by and so, yeah, well, I rode through the neighborhood, didn't talk to nobody, nothing else, or even address our concerns or want to hear our issues.
Right.
So when you vote, be an informed person and know the credentials. And let's just say the particular incumbent that is running now for a senator, if you look back over the last 4 years, if that individual has not, I repeat, has not been around to address your concerns, to see or speak with you, speak in the neighborhood block club forums or churches or whatever, then for you to even vote for him is a waste of your time based on a 60-second photo op on television. Don't vote like that. Vote with your mind, with knowledge and understanding and your conscience.
Absolutely. It's really interesting the kind of ideas that people come up with and why they want to do the things that we do. And oftentimes, it really has nothing to do with lawmaking. The members of Congress, which include those in the House and those in the Senate, it's about making laws for us to pass. And it's interesting. Someone said, well, I don't know. They're going to do what they want to do. No. Not if you determine to vote as a community of people, understanding they cannot do what they want to do if you put people who are qualified, people who are caring, people who are concerned in office.
Go ahead, Theo.
I was just going to ask, could we hear democracy is on the ballot? But go ahead.
Well, I just want to add quickly, because I saw this on Facebook as well, that people like George Floyd can't vote, Breonna Taylor can't vote, Trayvon Martin can't vote, Ahmaud Arbery can't vote. There's a whole lot of people who can't vote as a result of, let's just say, improper law. Let's say the immunity factor. I'm not sure of the terminology, but there's something about immunity for law enforcement. They can't vote. Not only law enforcement, but Ahmaud Arbery was just killed by some Georgia residents. So we're voting for those who can't vote, who would have more or less aligned with us. So I just wanted to add that those they're not here. So we have to vote not only for them, but for the generations to follow. I've got children and a granddaughter. So we're voting for them. We've got to set the table for them, so when they get to the table, they're able to take care and dine at the table and not be on the menu.
That's right. Now, are we ready? We're choosing freedom, and we want to vote to strengthen and save democracy, which will be on the ballot.
This past Tuesday, on Tuesday night, I was watching a debate. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way when I was watching the debate, the way some of you all just responded. But God placed something on my heart that I would like to share with everyone here and those who are online with us today. Politicians never do the right thing unless a moral witness, a prophetic wing, or an ethical enclave stand before them and demand change. Abraham Lincoln did not free the slaves because he felt like it, but he was forced into glory by the moral witness of the likes of Frederick Douglass. FDR did not create the New Deal because it was a good idea, but he was forced into glory by the moral witness of people who demanded action during the Great Depression. Lyndon Baines Johnson did not sign the Civil Rights Bill and the Civil Rights Act because it was a nice idea, but he was forced into glory by the work of Martin Luther King Jr., John Lewis, and Fannie Lou Hamer, and others. Unfortunately, in our American political system, candidates and parties are beholden to special interest. But never forget, we the people have power. We the people, black people, kissed by nature's sun, have power. We have power in our vote. We have power in organizing. We have power with our pocketbook. We have power with our voice. And we have spiritual power connected to our faith. Black people have historically saved America from itself. Black people have historically been a moral witness demanding this democracy include all who yearn to breathe free. I believe the choice this November is not between two candidates, but two visions of this nation. One vision romanticizes the Confederate mythology that was birthed from the antebellum South. Another vision still sees America as the yet-to-be United States of America. I cannot support any vision. You can vote for whoever you want to, but I cannot support any vision that speaks to making America great again, because my conscience and my soul tell me when a person states America with the past tense language was great, I must speak up and say, what year are you talking about? Was it before I could vote, or was it a year I was considered nothing more as chattel? Was it a year when women did not have the right to vote, or was it the year before unions had been organized? I cannot support anyone's false nostalgia of white supremacy. I believe democracy is on the ballot. For some, and I understand it, the only issue is the horror, tragedy, pain, and destruction of human thriving in the occupied territory we call Gaza. For others, it is Gaza, the Congo, the Sudan, and Haiti. But I say to us all, we must look at all issues, foreign and domestic. For the question before us is, what will this country be? Not for our children, not for our grandchildren, but for our great-grandchildren. We must, as a church, and when I speak of the church, I said we must, as a church, the black church collectively, not churches that just have black people in them. I'm talking about the black church of Frederick Douglass, the black church of Harriet Tubman, the black church of W.E.B. Du Bois and the souls of black folk, the black church of A. Philip Randolph, the black church of Ida B. Wells, the black church of Ella Baker, the black church of James Lawson, the black church of Willie Barrow, the black church of Jesse Jackson, the black church of Jeremiah Wright, the black church of James Cone, and the black church of Martin Luther King Jr. The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, is will we stand up for the 295,000 people who die as a result of poverty every year? The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, is will we speak for the 87 million people who are uninsured in this nation? The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, will we stand up for people such as members in this congregation who have to decide whether to pay their rent or purchase prescription drugs? The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, will we stand with our union sisters and brothers who are under attack by corporations who want to outlaw unions? For those who do not know, unions ended child labor. Unions created the 40-hour work week. Unions created the 8-hour work day. Unions provided unemployment benefits, workers' compensation, and your retirement benefits. That is because of the work of unions. The question for us today, since democracy is on the ballot, will we fight for HBCUs? They are being attacked across this nation, where conservative legislatures want the land that is our historically black colleges sit upon. They are coming after North Carolina A&T. They're coming after North Carolina Central University. They're coming after Florida A&M. They're coming after Alabama A&M, Jackson State, Albany State, Fort Valley Southern, any state institution that is a historically black college. Since democracy is on the ballot, will women, let me say it again, will women, not men, will women, not men, but will women have the autonomy to make medical decisions about their body, and will people of faith be present to offer compassion, love, prayer, and support regardless of their decision? Will we fight to ensure that every returning citizen has full citizenship rights after they've served their time in prison? Since democracy is on the ballot, will we seek to abolish the penal system of incarceration that is destroying our community? Since democracy is on the ballot, will we vote to protect our right to vote across this nation? Conservative legislators are passing laws to restrict voting rights and gerrymandering districts to dilute black political power. Since democracy is on the ballot, will we fight to protect this planet as we are seeing the effects of climate change right here in Chicago? Since democracy is on the ballot, you must know there are 46 judicial appointments the next president will make that will reshape voting rights, unionization, homelessness, and even possibly outlaw historically black colleges. Since democracy is on the ballot, I'm not a one-issue voter, but I'm a voter who votes to protect black issues. Since democracy is on the ballot, I'm asking today, right now, everyone in this village, if you are a registered voter, if you are an organizer, if you are part of a union, if you lead a block club, if you are a local activist, it's time for us to get together as a community and collectively as a church and do what our ancestors have done generation after generation and save this nation from itself. Democracy is on the ballot. Now, I said what I said, and I ain't taking it back.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broughton, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, there's gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Wallman here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the chew germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
And don't forget, take us along with you. We are here on a Monday morning, just the day before Election Day. The day before Election Day, which is tomorrow, Tuesday, August the 6th. And we encourage you to exercise your right and responsibility. Get out and vote. If you have an absentee ballot at home which you haven't looked at, please find it, fill it out, get someone to drop it off at the Election Commission. Please don't mail it. don't mail it. It's too late. We want it to be counted. So make sure that you find your ballot, fill it out, and have someone take it to the clerk's office. If for some reason you can't find someone, call the clerk's office and explain the issue and ask the clerk to help you get your ballot in the mix with others so you can be counted. Exercise your right and responsibilities, because tomorrow democracy is on the ballot. I hope you appreciated that 8-minute clip that was played by our wonderful engineer and presented to you by Reverend Otis Moss III. We now have a guest with us, and one of your favorite guests that you hear on with us. He's a member of Hood Research, and it is Anthony Brogdon.
All right. Thank you for having me once again. I always look forward to this Monday morning to be with you, both of you. It's to be BB, right?
The BT.
The BT. That name has meaning to it. When you say it, you got to say it right. Get the meaning into there. No question. And I enjoy this. Thank you again for having me.
Sure. All the time.
And let me just say quickly that the book you see here in my hand, Black Business Book, Anthony Brogdon is the author of the book. It's an excellent book. We will give you sometime during the course of this interview the information. Matter of fact, we're going to start off having you, brother, give the information on how they can get it, and then we'll end up bringing this back up again later on in the conversation.
Oh, thank you so much. That's my baby, everybody, that book, Black Business Book. It took 3 years of my life to write it.
Wow.
Where I have over 200 amazing facts, in particular with an emphasis on the rise of black business in America. I call it good black history, when black people won, and sometimes we don't focus on that. So the book is available on Amazon, and also go to my website, businessintheblack.net, businessintheblack.net. You'll on there know actually how to order the book, but so much of the speaking and the events that I'm doing as I try to promote what I call good black history and things that are happening throughout the country on that website. So thanks for that plug, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yes, and I usually say, although I didn't say it at the beginning of the show, we just kind of went right on in, but I always tell you to have your pen and paper handy, so if there's any information you want to record, you can. So if you weren't able to get the information Mr. Brogdon gave, it will be given at least once, if not twice more in the conversation. So get that pen and paper handy so you can write it down, because I don't trust my memory, and I don't trust Prevagen, but I know if I wrote it down, I got it where I can get to it. So I want you all to do that as well.
And it's funny, when you write it down, it helps you memorize it better.
Absolutely.
you can remember. I know that's one of the things that I do, and that's one of the things of putting down stuff in on paper. It's there. It's chronicled. It can go down in history. I got notebooks from 10 years ago of things that I wrote down, things that I was doing, so on and so forth. And I can go back and reflect on that as a result. And,
always refer.
Yeah, so I love it. That's what the written word is.
Right. And you know, we heard that you have a children's book of good black history, too. Tell us about that.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that. It's titled They Did It. It's a children's book. I do apologize for not having a copy that I can show the viewers, but it's about 30 rich black people who lived in the 1800s. We have a picture of the person. We have their birth year. They let you know they were born in 1810, 1830, so on and so forth. And then it tells what they did. Very simplistically, it's a children's book, and it's colorful in that regard. And so much of this is also in the other book, the Black Business Book. But the children's book, for those who live in some of those states who hate the word slavery. Slavery is not in the book. You don't need to have that. You can imagine that if they were born and living in the 1800s, some of them were enslaved. So I don't have to highlight that to dilute the accomplishments that they made and the achievements and the success, so on and so forth. So if I was a 6-year-old or 7-year-old and somebody told me there was a rich black person in the 1800s, that would be mind-blowing. No one, I must admit, I just wasn't taught those kind of things in grade school. I mean, we know the normals, the Malcolm X's and the Martin Luther King and Ida B. Wells and Frederick Douglass and so on and so forth, and slavery, the trade, Africa, a little bit of that. But a lot of times they don't tell us how great we were, and which leads into how great we are.
And what was interesting, I heard, and I guess it's been out there here and there, but whites are saying, well, we don't want that taught to our children because they'll feel bad, and we don't want them to feel bad. I thought that was the stupidest thing I had heard. The children should be taught about the Crusades. The Crusades get glossed over, whereas during that time they come upon you and ask if you are a Christian. If you say no, it's off with your head. There is no discussion. You're just dead.
One thing I like to add, too, about the book that Mr. Brogdon did, They Did It, which is geared towards children, is that the beauty of this book is that it deals with individual success stories. As he said, we look at the people that are always paraded before us, and they deserve that as well. But there are individual stories, unknown stories that need to be told. And this is, I think, a great platform for our children to get into. Now, as you said, and I want to say this to the audience as well, that it's made so that the children can understand. We have to plant the seeds early to encourage the hunger to want to know more about our culture. We can't wait till they've been, let's say, corrupted by social media, by peers and other things where it's too late to get the message in. We've got to catch them while they're fresh. While they're learning their ABCs, they need to be learning about who the people are in the book They Did It. So I want to say this to you, parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, guardians, whoever you may be. If you have someone who is young and youthful, catch them now while their minds are open to these type of things, because once social media gets in there, it may be a done deal.
With that said, it just popped in my mind, the 5 callers who call into the show, I'll send you a free copy of They Did It. 5 callers who call into the show. Tell them the telephone number.
The telephone number here is area code 313-365-7379. Again, if you do have your pen and paper handy, it's area code 313-365-7379. You can get that book.
Yeah, I send it free because it's more important to me that people know this than the book sitting in my basement.
Right,
so on and so forth. And I have a number of campaigns, even with the book, Black Business Book. For every 10th book I sell, I donate one to a school across America. And so far I've donated almost 500 books. Schools get them and they're like, well, where this come from? There was a letter there attached to it, but I know one principal did call me and said, we were so shocked that we got this book and that they use it as a teaching tool. The beautiful thing, I will admit, is they ordered more copies. And so that's one of the things I do. And then, and if I may say, I have a podcast titled Strong Inspirations on YouTube. And every Monday in August, the 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th at 7 p.m., I'm doing a live discussion with high schoolers to find out what they know about Black history. And so I invite you to come on that. All that information is on the website, businessintheblack.net. And then I'm going to do a online program with educators across the country to find out what's the best way to teach Black history. You know, and I got some experts who will lead that discussion, and that will be starting in October, every Monday in October, on Strong Inspirations. So I'm doing what I can to make sure that we get this information. The other thing is I do events across the country. I got an event coming up on August 14th at the Dr. Martin Luther King Memorial Park, which is here in Detroit at the corner of West Grand Boulevard and Rosa Parks, so 12th Street, across the street from the Motown Museum. It's a free event, and I have people who are performers. A gentleman by the name of Dr. Roz Mikey C. will be performing. Another guy who's called Fishmonger out of Kenya, and others, along with some vendors. That is called the Festival in Dr. King Park on August 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. And that's going to be something that you'll enjoy, and there will be books available for purchase along with other vendors who have various items. I'm excited to say this coming Friday, I'm speaking at Martha's Vineyard in Boston, Massachusetts.
Wow.
During the Black Film Festival.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I got an early flight out on Tuesday, come back on Saturday, because that's my high school reunion weekend, so I'm at least trying to make it to the picnic on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
But Martha's Vineyards, I'm looking forward to that. And then August 22nd, I'm speaking at the National Black Chamber of Commerce, telling them about this good Black history.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's another thing. And then in September, I'm speaking at the Congressional Black Caucus Weekend Foundation in Washington, D.C.
Oh, wonderful.
And so on and so forth. And I'm always looking for places to speak.
Oh, yes.
To tell some of these amazing stories of rich Black people like Frank McWhorter, born in 1777. The brother was so rich he ended up buying his freedom and the freedom of 18 other people.
Wow.
And then buying land, and then taking that land and becoming the first Black to incorporate his own town, becoming the mayor of that town.
Wow.
And we have a caller and perhaps a winner for the book. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Give us your name and how you're viewing us, please.
Good morning. I'm viewing you on 15.2 on regular TV. How y'all doing?
Oh, fantastic.
Right,
and
well.
thank you for that. All right.
I'm ready for my free book.
All right.
Okay.
And you're great.
I'm Tahira Ahmed, and I help institute and spearheaded African-centered education in Detroit Public Schools, created the Malcolm X Academy and all the academies that came after that, Paul Robeson, Marcus Garvey, etc.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. Yeah, you're right on point. And so I guess the producer will be able to get your contact information, address, so that I could send you an autographed copy of They Did It.
Oh,
Thank
that
you
would
so
be
much.
awesome. I got to come over there anyway, because don't I feel?
Yes.
I got to come over there anyway, maybe at 10:30. Honey, would that be okay?
That'd be fine.
Well, now the book is not available
No.
now.
I tell you what, I'll leave a book here for her.
Oh, okay.
I just got it in the car. I accidentally didn't bring it in.
It'll be right here at the station.
Yeah, it'll be at the station.
Okay, I'll see y'all a little later. Keep up the good work, sir. You are awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, come on over to August 14th to the event, too.
All right. Now, the other thing I wanted to share is this coming Friday, the Barton McFarland Neighborhood Association will be meeting at the Mumford Marine Center. And you've been there with us before, but we'll be there from 6 until 8 p.m. And the location for that is 13721 Joy Road, just a little west of Schaefer. But the Mumford Marines, that's some Black history as well, because the white military soldiers went and said, well, we don't want, them ends on the battlefield with us. So President Franklin Roosevelt said, hey, okay. And he gave them their own barracks and uniforms and ammunition and everything you need to set up your own area. And this was in 1941. And it has been the Montford Marines in the military ever since. And today we have a representative group of them, veterans, at that location. The Montford Marines Detachment 158 is located on Joy Road, just past Schaefer. And again, the address is 13721 Joy Road, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Go ahead.
No, say right now, get that pen and paper ready. We're about to take that next break. Top of the hour has.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, you know how time run with us.
Yeah.
So we want you to get your coffee, refresh, as Theo would say, pen and paper, because when she gives that information and Mr. Brogdon gives that information again, you need to be able to write it down.
And we'll be back momentarily.
Hello, I'm James Ford. I survived a red light runner, but will you? You know, Michigan has had 1,123 auto accident deaths a year. That's 21 per week. We know Detroit alone has 156 deaths, and that equals 3 a week. Those stats do not include the 550 people that are crippled and disabled a month. At 12 noon, September 18th, 2024, people in Detroit and other cities in Michigan will meet in Lansing, state capital, and complain about red light running, drag racing, and hallucinated driving. Yes, bring your lawn chairs. September 18th, Detroit and all Michigan cities will ask legislatures to enforce and enact laws that will stop drag racing and red light running and hallucinated driving. You know, this is not different than the Flint water crisis. People are dying. Join us Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. If you like, call 586-918-3061 for more information. Drag racing, red light running, hallucinated driving, it must stop. Stand up, September 18th. Call and share your input. Call 586-918-3061 or call 701-301-3118. Also, again, people of all nationalities, express your input and ideas at 586-918-3061 or 701-301-3118 to stop drag racing, red light running, and hallucinated driving. Thank you, and God bless everybody. Thank you.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, there gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Woody Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
That's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
WGPR Detroit, HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
Be sure to take us along with you. And be sure to vote tomorrow, the 6th. Tomorrow is Election Day. Election Day is urgently important. And we need your support. We need your vote. We need to go together. Call someone to go with you. Yeah. Family member, friend, coworker, church member. And to make a day out of it. Say we'll go vote early. And then have breakfast. Or we'll have breakfast, then go vote. Whichever order it takes, do it. You can go and vote and then go to dinner. The polls will be open from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can go and vote at the clerk's office on West Grand Boulevard. But if you have an absentee ballot and you've misplaced it around the house, please take the today time to find it, fill it out. Do not give it to the mailman. Do not put it in the mailbox. You need someone to take it to the election office and drop it off there. You don't even have to get out of your car. Just pull up. They have employees who will come to you, receive your ballot, and take it right into the clerk's office. That's for tomorrow, the 6th of August.
And let me emphasize what Theo said, and do not, I repeat, do not put your absentee ballot in the mail. I formerly worked with the post office, and you won't believe how many ballots I saw come in days after the election was over. Well, of course, they counted for nothing because they weren't there at the time they needed to be tabulated. So do not, I repeat, do not put your ballots in the mail, because when we receive them, and it's after that time, then, and as I said, days after the election, then your vote was null and void. So don't do that to yourself. Now I want to have our guest again speak on his children's book, and the next two callers who call in will be able to get that book free as well. But I want him to give you the background on it, his contact information via social media, so that way, and I hope you got your pen and paper handy. I ask y'all to do that now. So I hope you got, get a crayon, whatever you need, just get the information down. So, Brother Brogdon?
Yep. They did it. Offside of the book, Black Business Book, It's a children's book. It very colorful. It has 30 black people, men and women. We definitely highlight some of the women who back in the 1800s were business owners. And again, I think it's just a little known fact. So I'll show you their picture. I'll show you the year that they were born and what they did. They did it, and it's 30 of them. So if you do call in, I will send a complimentary copy. It is my gift because I want you to know this information. And if we can start out with you knowing it and passing it along to some younger people, that would be so great. And so the number again is 313-365-7379. Come on, call on that number, everybody. Go to my website, businessintheblack.net, businessintheblack.net. Learn about all that I'm doing, about that book, about the Black Business book, about my show, about the events that I have coming up, because I got another one being planned in September with some guys who sell some artwork and house furnishings and things of that sort imported from Africa. We're going to do that. And I keep it going because I want people to know what I call good black history and be able to celebrate our culture and our heritage in the most positive way. And then some of the speaking events, like the one that I have coming up on August 14th at the Dr. Martin Luther King Memorial Park on the corner of West Grand Boulevard and Rosa Parks / 12th Street, right across the street from the Motown Museum Cole Funeral Home from 6 to 9. It's going to be, I'm producing it, everybody. It's going to be good. I'll just be honest with you. You're going to enjoy it. There's some good vendors, food trucks, but the entertainment, spoken words, some storytellers, some poets, some musical artists, all jamming. With the DJ playing some conscious music. Yes. And we're going to do this for 3 hours on that August 14th.
What time to what time?
Yeah, it's from 6 to 9 p.m.
6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah, right after work. Come on by. Parking is a little tricky over there, but there's a parking lot right across the street. And come on out and jam with us.
And let me say in the words of Sly Stone, it's a family affair. Yep. So from the elders to the youth, come one, come all.
Yeah, come on and let's love on each other. And I'm excited. When you talk about black business, I'll give you one right quick. And it's not as old as many that I chronicle in my books. But right here where we're telecasting is a black-owned TV station that's been operating for at least 40 years. I know. I've been watching them for over 40 years. And we've had 2 black-owned TV stations in Detroit. And there are others across America. But we've had 2 of them. Not just this one, but also WGPR, black-owned. Yes. And that's a rare feat. And Detroit is special in that way. We've had black-owned TV shows. We've had... not just TV shows, but black-owned radio stations with WCHB and WJZZ. So, one of the things that I think we need to understand is that we have been doing it, and we continue to do it. Right. As black business owners. Right. And we need to focus on that. And then, the comment of we don't support one another, there's always room to do more. But I can't say we don't, because I know I do, and I'm sure that everybody in this room
I do too. That's right.
So to say, and that's always one of the things I try not to do, and I tell people in my lectures and presentations, let's look at the 15% or 10% or 5% that do support one another and go out of their way to do it. Absolutely. So on and so forth.
Yeah. And I want to add to that, and I think the brother made a very important point. When people say we don't support black businesses, don't buy into that, because sometimes a mantra or something that's repeated over and over again gets lodged in your conscious and your subconscious, you begin to believe it. And like you said, it's absolutely not the truth. We do support. Now, we don't have to go out there with a big old flag or a placard or one of them sandwich board signs saying what we do, but those businesses are in business because we keep them in business. As I've told many people before, we don't look for, I mean, it's fine if Mexicans, Asians, Caucasians, whoever come to our businesses for whatever service or product we may have, but it's on us. It's absolutely on us first and foremost. Because I remember, and I'll just give this quick anecdote, I remember when I was in the construction trades, I went down to a shop that sold work clothing and other things, but I was there specifically for that. And I remember the man who ran it, another Italian, came in, and he says, "Hey, thanks for coming in, Gino." He said, "Hey, man, you know, we're Italian. We're going to support each other." And, I mean, that was his mindset. And I already know how Arabs, Mexicans, the Jewish community, etc. We support each other, but we don't have to raise, you know, I'll just put it again the way I said before. Don't believe the hype when they say we don't support each other. We do.
I got to admit, I spoke at the African World Expo this past month or so, and, man, I don't know, I can't give no dollar figure off the top of my head, but I bought a bunch of stuff from them vendors down there, black-owned vendors, and I did some of it with the mindset, this is my Christmas gift. I mean, because I got to get one eventually. And so I bought it during the African World Expo.
Wow.
And so when you see those kind of events and the black vendors that support that, the crafts that they come up with, some of it is very artistic and very high quality. And I'll admit, to some extent, the price is very, very reasonable, too.
Well, you know, speaking of gifts, the book, the Black Business, a book for children, they did it, and also the Good Black Business book would be excellent gifts, and not just for the Christmas that's coming up. We know that's going to be starting soon with the commercials and all, but for birthdays, for anniversaries, just because you care, you know. You may just want to recognize someone. I think you're doing so much work in the community or in the church or in the school, and by showing my appreciation, this is for you.
Yeah.
And then you give them the Good Black Business book.
Somebody going to school this September.
Right.
Start them off, because, you know, reading is, to me, that's the answer. If you read, you become smart, let's say, and then you get used to being able to do your homework and your classwork, and even when you come out here in the real world, let's say, and you have a job or a business, you know how to do the research, you know how to stay focused. It all comes down to reading.
Yes,
and
yes.
So, and I'm not just saying that in terms of my book, but just books in general. You know, I've always long found that to be the case.
Yeah.
Those young kids who do reading, who are readers, do very well in school for the most part.
There was go ahead, Theo.
I was just going to say, I don't know which book this would be in, but recently I heard that the braiding of the hair was used centuries ago when the Africans were leaving the plantation, running away, etc. And the braiding of the hair was used to hide seeds, so that when they got to their location, they would use those seeds to generate plants, because they have to eat no matter where they go. That's going to be a necessity. And someone had thought in advance that a good way to do it would be to put it in the woman's hair braids, because if they had been caught and it was found, etc., in a bag somewhere, of course they, you know.
Yeah.
To
add on that, many times they use the hair braiding as to signal the route to go to escape.
Yes.
They would put it in the hair, you know.
Yes.
and the design. So I've heard those stories. So I mean, the short of it is black people bad.
Yeah.
Genius, man.
Yeah, I was going to say
man, we come from what they tried to do to us to be great.
Shows how crafty and, as the brother said, how ingenious we were, because we were able to take whatever we were given and then multiply or magnify that to another level. And it was on a level that the so-called master couldn't even comprehend, because he wasn't that smart to begin with. Everyone he brought from the continent primarily had some skills. So I just want to emphasize that that we our genius has been diminished because of this culture, because it's not our culture, and we can still be here, but it's not our culture, it's not our nature. So it's hard for us to adapt. We've been trying to adapt, but we have learned to be a lot more brilliant. And when we look at black inventions, there's so many things we've done. That's why this Black Business book is important, because some of you may have self-doubts about what you can do or what can be done. But when these people, now this is from the 1800s to the 1960s, okay? So these people dealt with adversities that we have no clue. We can not even imagine what they went through, but what they overcame. So with everything that we have here today, there's no excuse except that you just don't have the willpower, discipline, or care. Now, again, if you want to get the book, They Did It, which is authored by Anthony Brogdon, you can call 313-365-7379. Again, that's area code 313-365-7379. Get your book, give it to your children, but you can read children's book and learn something yourself as well. I have.
Yeah, that's good stuff, and like you say, black inventions, we've done that, and just to piggyback, I guess that I was getting where it is on us. When we talk about this vote, to vote in August, there are some elections that is so dependent upon who goes to November. I think the Hill Harper case might be that, because he's going again and running against a lady who's also in the Democratic Party. So the winner of that is the one who will be in the general election in November. So if he's your candidate, then you have to be there in August. Because he won't be there in November.
That's right. So,
and so there are a number that, I mean, that's so important.
Tomorrow.
So you'd be like, oh man, I was going to vote for the guy. But you didn't vote for him in August because you didn't show up. Now in November, he didn't have enough votes to get there. And she's the representative for the Democratic Party.
And I want to add, let's not get lost in the national politics. Now, again, as Theo said earlier, Kamala and Agent Orange, I don't really want to give him any credit, but anyway, Agent Orange won't be on the ballot in the primary for tomorrow. So your purpose, as Brother Brogdon said, is critically important. You got to eliminate whomever, you got to choose whoever you're going to choose in the primary to make sure they're there in November. And what we're telling you, tell your neighbors, tell your family members, co-workers, friends, etc. It may have slipped by their mind. Looks like we got another caller. So someone may be getting a book.
I love giving it to them.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Share your name and how are you viewing us, please.
Good morning. This is Gladys. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to listen to your program, and I'm enjoying Mr. Brockton.
Thank you.
And I'm on my cell phone.
Okay.
So I was calling to get that other book. I did get the first one. The last one that I got from him.
You mean the one for the children you were talking about? You want?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I'm excited to give it to you.
You have all of my information.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have how to get in contact with her?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to make it happen.
All right. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you.
And Mr. Bolton, I saw you, remember, over at the over on the east side just recently at the when they had Oh my God.
At the airport?
Over on the east side. But anyway, I can't remember the event, but just not too long ago, last month, I think it was Juneteenth celebration over on the east side at the park.
Oh, at the park, yeah, for the 102nd Colored Troop.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you there.
Yeah.
And also, I heard you're going to be at Martha's Vineyard. My daughter and my son-in-law are there right now.
Oh, well, they're there on Friday. Tell them come see me. It'll be publicized.
I sure will. Their name is Lockhart.
Okay.
Lockhart.
Yeah.
But
Tell
I'll
them
let
come
them
see
know.
me.
I'll let them know that you'll be there.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I tell you, it's the little things that you do. You just never know, where you are and show up. And I do all I can to be involved. And what she's talking about is there's a lady by the name of Sharon Sexton, who she, for the past 3 years, have done a Juneteenth event to honor the 102nd Colored Troop that actually were trained on the property, which is across the street from the Coleman Young Rec Center, where the Ralph Bunch Middle School is now.
Okay.
Right there off of Shane and Rivard Street, right in front of Coleman Young Rec Center. And so one of the things you talk about when you talk about the Marines, also even during the Civil War, the white troops had their barracks, the black troops had theirs. And understandably ours was so much more inferior. And so ours was right there at that site. They had 6 buildings, and they trained on the grass and so on and so forth.
Wow.
But and they'll say this: there's a historical marker there. When the brothers got involved, they went down to South Carolina, North Carolina, and won. They wiped them out. And out of 1,000 some odd troops, and this is no good number, but it is the fact they only lost about 10% in the battles.
Wow.
When others lost many more. And so as a result, she does this event every Saturday prior to Juneteenth. So for 2025, it's going to actually be the first Saturday in June. We moved it up so we're not competing against all the Juneteenth event activities the day leading up to Juneteenth. So it's a week separation, but that's that's exactly where it was, and I enjoyed that. Just had to leave early because I went and spoke at the main library for Juneteenth. So, and then I went back. So I'm excited about the selection and all that's going on in America on a positive note, in Black America in particular, because you got a sister that's going to be, in my estimation, the next president.
Oh.
You can call her Indian or whatever you want to call her.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, right.
Now we're down to about the last 3 or 4 minutes of the show.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Time fly. Thank you, Gladys, and we'll get that book to you.
Okay, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, come to the August 14th event, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate your call.
Yeah. I just want to interject this in, and one reason why our people have been so creative is because, unfortunately, they had the opportunity through enslavement to work and figure out ways of doing their assigned tasks better and easier, while Bubba and Junior sat over under the magnolia tree sipping on mint juleps, Our folks were working and creating and have continued to be genius and creative ever since, down to the fact that on January the 6th, the gas mask that was invented by a black man, Garrett Morgan, I believe, were underneath each and every one of the chairs where the members of Congress were hiding during January the 6th. And they were told to take the gas mask out from under the chair. And they're like, what? They did not realize there was one under the chair for their safety and for the opportunity that they had to be in there, bad opportunity. But they did have the opportunity to reach for the gas mask to help save their lives. They wanted to be ready for whatever was coming.
We're down to the last 40 or 50 seconds.
Oh, dear, dear. Well, as I always say, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And we at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to share with you and bring a wonderful guest like Anthony Brogdon, who has been here this morning to share information for your enjoyment, for your enrichment. And we want you to join Hood Research, $20 a year for the membership, and know that we also are beginning to have in-person meetings. So, hey, call Hood Research or go to the website. The number is area code 248-234-2371. Again, Hood Research numbers, area code 248-234-2371. We thank you, Anthony Brogdon, for being here with us this morning.
Oh, man, I love it. With these geniuses that pick this wrong.
Hey, join us on Saturdays for our conference call. Go to the website, get those numbers, and we want to say peace.
Peace.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.